The first time I posted a video on YouTube was back in 2006 when I was actually still in high school. I've been on this platform uploading spontaneously on this channel for well over a decade now. Despite having grown this channel to over 10,000 subscribers, another path led me astray from the one thing that inspired me to make videos in the first place. However, don't get me wrong, I don't regret the path I walked on. The other path has set me up with the foundations I needed to have a life of purpose beyond just my career passions. I'll probably talk about that in another video. But reflecting on my 20s, however, I did remember setting myself the career goal of learning to make a living through videos. Yet when I sit here contemplating on my career trajectory, I'm confronted by my own self-doubt. Is it too late for me to jump back on YouTube to find some sort of financial success? Do I have something to share that could add value to other people's lives? And most importantly, do I have the time and energy to break through on YouTube? So I'm making this video as a reflection piece to help me understand why, even after a decade of ups and downs on this platform, do I still feel drawn towards making it on YouTube? Whether you're just starting out or have been hustling on YouTube for a while now, I hope this video will provide you with some insight into what it takes to find success here on this platform. Before we begin, please consider tapping that like button to help out this neglected YouTube channel kickstart its growth again once more. So the first time I saw some success growing my YouTube channel was back in 2012. I was living at home with my parents then, and I had all the freedoms in the world to commit my time to consistently make content for YouTube. Not only was I able to practice upskilling my own ambitions, but I also didn't have the pressure of fighting for my next paycheck to pay rent the next month. Rent's a bitch, ain't it? And through the consistent uploads, my channel grew. I guess the way YouTube pushed content out was also quite different back then. The homepage didn't serve out as many related videos and didn't have that same wide community outreach like it does now. So in that time, I learned that in order to grow my channel, I needed to first connect with a community that was willing to physically share my content. So I niched to creating content that was specifically to do with the community I was in, i.e. Malaysia-centric content. And when I posted a video with a topic worthy of being shared, the people I knew would share that piece of content, and the people that they knew would then further share it, and so forth. Creating content that went viral was the way to grow my YouTube channel. We can look back at it now and understand that this format was traditionally the foundations of the internet, right? Having viral content worked then, and truthfully, it still works now. It's just that now finding content that resonates enough for people to click and share, I believe, is much more difficult. The oversaturation of available content has numbed a lot of people from publicly sharing something they found. If anything, unless it resonates with a trendy topic, sharing a specific piece of content has become much more of a private conversation. With that in mind, can I still apply this growth strategy to my channel? Yes, absolutely. Probably with less sort of reach than before, but it's still very viable. Video sharing platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok have figured out a better way to keep people engaged in content they're consuming. We find ourselves endlessly scrolling through content and only realize hours have gone by in the blink of an eye. So to be able to be discovered is less of viral community transmission and more topical on search nowadays. Viral community transmission? We're still going through a pandemic! Too soon, Adam, too soon. Well, I got a video you can check out if you're feeling overwhelmed from this pandemic. Anyway, to be able to grow a channel and a community these days, I think you need more than just viral content ideas. In fact, success on YouTube isn't measured through subscribers and views anymore. It's measured through the tracking of your video watch time and the ability to keep your audience engaged. Like this one way I want to teach you how to be engaged with this piece of content right now, and that's to tap that like button. YouTube analytics show you the data set of audience retention, showing you how much of your video is being watched and at which point people start dropping off or disengaging. This is valuable to not just the creator, but to YouTube as well. YouTube wants to know how well your content is doing for a specific audience before it tries to re-engage it with other potential viewers outside your current network. They do this to keep you on their platform for as long as they possibly can. Why? So they can sell ad space to potential advertisers and make money. I'll talk about this a little bit later in this video. So we learned that YouTube tracks everything you do. Yeah, correct. And in order to do that, it tracks so many data points like the click-through rate from thumbnails to views, the watch time of your video, and what the viewer does after watching one of your videos. If they end up watching more videos on YouTube, brownie points. If they click away, it's vicious. It's data driven, and coming from someone who's a university qualified statistician, it's fantastic. Data doesn't lie. Instead, it tells more of a story. So after analyzing the last few videos I uploaded on this channel, I've noticed my viewer retention dropping significantly. This is painful to watch because I do spend a lot of time making these videos, but it also gives me a lot of learning points. Maybe because my video format has changed now. There's a different way I'm delivering videos, my content's longer, and that was not what my subscribers, or you guys, had tuned into before. Maybe the topics I presented weren't interesting enough to stay tuned, or maybe I wasn't funny enough to keep you engaged. Am I funny now? But understanding this data and trying to crack the code to success is actually something that drives my solution-based psychology enormously. I hate feeling like I failed, but I freaking love that I can now understand a bit more why that's happening. Being a YouTuber has an element any digital marketer could love. There's design, there's community, and ultimately there's data, which allows you to analyze and speculate what the audience is thinking. This roller coaster ride is thrilling, addictive, and just purely fun for me. And every time I push the publish button and it feels like it's over, I just want to line up for the ride to experience it all over again. Okay, final point now. I think the biggest factor that drives me back to this platform is the idea that what I do has the potential to scale beyond my current imagination. Financially, brands and businesses have grown increasingly aware of the potential of marketing themselves through YouTube sponsorships and even YouTube ads. Back when I first started growing on YouTube, my average CPM through AdSense was about $1. What that means is that for every 1,000 views had on my video, I would make roughly $1. And even when my videos garnered some attention, I couldn't make a living out of AdSense if a video with 1 million views only made me $1,000. Even to date, my channel has roughly about 1 million views all up. And that's peanuts compared to what I now make as a video editor with a production house. So my current job pays me about $3,000 a month, plus my finance jobs make me about an additional $1,000 a month. That's very livable figures here in Melbourne. But as someone who gets excited over the entrepreneurship journey, these jobs require a time commitment that you just can't scale. Hence why I am creating this video to reflect on the choices I have in my life. Making a video with 100,000 views was already such a prolific success back then. I couldn't fathom 1 million views as my average benchmark per video. And even so, like, how long will it take for me to be making what I make right now? But one insight I actually overlooked was the ability for CPM to grow through a growing YouTube industry. An industry with advertisers getting more excited for, so advertisers basically willing to pay more money over time. Having watched other YouTubers talk about their income on their channels and seeing their data, I learned that the YouTube monetization landscape has significantly changed over the years. The average CPM has significantly risen over most of the YouTube channels, meaning businesses and brands are willing to pay more for advertising value available through YouTube. And this is great because if CPM is now around $10, it could be, and if you have a video with 1 million views, that's $10,000 made through AdSense. Like, thinking about it now, it's a much more viable benchmark to strive for. Furthermore, the landscape of affiliate marketing and opening your online stores is so much easier than it was, say, 10 years ago. It's way more inexpensive, there are better tools out there, and overall, accessibility to the average consumer is easy. So with the maths making much more sense now than it did 10 years ago, I'm all for it. Yes, there still is a risk because CPM can easily vary like the stock market, but my intuition tells me this will only grow over time as more and more businesses compete for advertising through these channels. And I guess no risk, no reward, right? So I'm 32 and here I am contemplating on whether making YouTube videos is really worth it. Through my interests, personal life experiences, and professional opinion, yes, it is still worth it despite my age. And to do that, I've scheduled my weekly routine to have 3 days of part-time work now to obtain income that I currently have, dedicate the 2 extra days out of my 5-day week to writing, filming, editing videos like this, and I have my weekends to do whatever else needs to be done. It's going to be a grind, no doubt, but I still have a few hundred of you that watch my videos, and if you continue to find value in this channel, trust me when I say we'll see the growth in this community together. YouTube isn't a get-rich-quick scheme like what it sometimes promotes itself to be. It is truly a substantial amount of work to consistently produce content that provides value to other people. But if you can keep coming back to the idea that you can one day be successful on a platform like this, why not give it a go? Because even in the off chance that you fail, you still would have learned so much that you could apply elsewhere. I made videos and uploaded it to YouTube since 2006, which is 15 years ago now. And along the way, I've learned so much stuff I applied to my life that got me to where I am today. And now, I feel like this channel is gonna be about everything I've learned, everything I know, all the skills, all the life experiences I've had, and applying it on this channel so that I hopefully provide value to anyone watching this too. And until next time,